Consumers troll RTX 3080 scalpers. So let's talk about the situation here. I mean, Luke and I saw this coming. Luke, did we talk about this on WAN Show last week?
We did.
We did.
Yep.
You know, I had a tweet from someone who was real mad at me. They're real mad because I think Hardware Canucks posted on Twitter that they are withholding any RTX 3080 content that they otherwise had planned to release. Out of, oh man, what did they say? It was something to do with because people can't actually buy it, they don't want to make content that's like promoting it or something like that. Gonna modify the schedule a bit. Posting build / more RTX 3080 content right now just doesn't feel right. Promoting an item that's being scalped so heavily would just feed the situation even more. It's our true hope that Nvidia GeForce puts solutions in place for the next launches. So I get it. Yeah, I get it. But also, like, the only reason this doesn't happen every generation is because some generations just aren't exciting. Every time a graphics card has launched that people actually want, getting them has been like finding a hen's tooth in a haystack, if you know what I mean. Like, I worked on the procurement side for multiple generations of graphics card launches, and the only ones that we could get adequate supply were extraordinarily unexciting ones like GTS 250. You know, whether it was EVGA or Zotac or Gigabyte, they'd be on the phone being like, "Hey, you want a big launch allocation of GTS 250?" And be like, "No, what would I want that for? There's going to be plenty of them. I'll just order them later when you guys have got them on rebate. We'll deal with that down the line." When it came to flagship launches, like, I remember times when, you know, someone like an EVGA would ship us 11 units. You know, like, they couldn't even do a nice round number. And, you know, they would try to follow it up, right? Like, they'd get you another 6, you know, later on that week. But the only way to get one was to back order it and then just hope that you picked the right SKU, because the way that NCIX worked with them, you couldn't be like, "Oh, hey, I'm at this point in the queue on like EVGA KO or whatever," and then like KOSC shipment comes in. You wouldn't like get an option to get one of those. You would just be sitting there hooped because the you know, the exact one of Nvidia's or EVGA's 24 SKUs for the same stupid GPU wouldn't come in, and you're just totally hosed. But I remember this happening all the time, and that's one of the big like advantages that you would try to make for yourself as a retailer, is you'd try to get in the good graces of the add-in board partners and Nvidia themselves to make sure that you've got allocation, because when you've got a hot new GPU, it does more than just get you the, you know, 5% profit if you're lucky on that graphics card. Yes, my friends, it is pretty normal for a retailer to make between 5 to 8%, even on $1,000+ graphics card. But it's about more than that, because someone buying that graphics card, well, by having it when nobody else has it, you're creating a customer experience. You're giving yourself an opportunity to build a relationship with that customer, so maybe they'll come back. And also there's the like system builder factor. A lot of people don't upgrade their old system, they just build a whole new system. So when they see that new graphics card launch, they go, "Oh, hey, time to upgrade." So by having the graphics card in stock, you're not making a $1,000 sale, you're making a $3,000 sale as they build a whole new top of the line system. So we would work really hard to try and get allocation of these cards. Meanwhile, board partners are working real hard with Nvidia to try and get allocation of the GPUs, and I assure you that Nvidia is working real hard trying to produce as many of these GPUs as they can. You think Nvidia wants to ship fewer graphics cards than they absolutely have to? No. Has Nvidia ever given you any indication that they don't like making money? No.
Definitely no.
It just is what it is. Unless you're Apple and you literally run like multiple factories around the clock for 2 months leading up to a launch, it is normal for a really hot item to be in short supply. That's just the way it is. So anyway, I had someone real mad at me about the Can It Run Crisis 3080 video that went up the day after the review in light of Hardware Canucks' much more moral stance on the situation. And my take is like, what, you can't watch that video in 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks from now and like enjoy it then when you can buy a graphics card? Or like, I don't know. I just don't get it. What difference does it make? And like, if you can't be disciplined enough to not spend, $1,500 on a graphics card, like twice what it's worth on eBay, that's on you. That's not on me. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't have a personal 3080 yet. So it's okay. We can wait a little bit.
I think something that I saw, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but I saw some memes about it, was Gamers Nexus's stance on this stuff, which is just like, I think they said something along the lines of like, it's not food and water. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, the irony is that, as far as I can tell, Steve from Gamers Nexus plays fewer games than I do.
No, well, okay. If you're looking just at like the name of the channel, sure. But like I think the sentiment there is good. Like, what you have right now is probably fine. If it was fine a week ago,
yes,
it's fine now.
Yes.
Like, just relax. It'll come back in stock at some point. You'll be able to get your card at some point, and you'll be fine.
These are optional items. These are optional, not like the PlayStation 5, which, as we all know, is just as essential as shelter, clean water, access to medical care. Let's just talk through what's going on with the 3080 for those who are not familiar. So, pretty much any listing that shows the card in stock is being instantaneously sold out. And while bot protection is in place for most, if not all, of the online stores, several scalpers have been shown to have bought dozens of cards within seconds of orders going live. So that appears to be a big part of the problem. So one of the most common bots seems to have been provided by Bounce Alerts, who confirmed with PC Magazine that they did indeed provide a bot to help members purchase the RTX 3080 units on launch day. So they said the bot works as an automated script to run basically from the product page to payment information and checkout, monitoring when the product gets back in stock and immediately checking out. Nvidia's website actually crashed during the early phase of the sale, meaning the bots had to be restarted manually, allowing at least some legitimate buyers to get their orders in. Now, Nvidia claims that they're doing everything humanly possible to review RTX 3080 orders to verify that they're human, but like, realistically, there's only so much that I think they can do. I mean, all it takes is a slightly more sophisticated bot to, try to act a little bit more human, put a different name on it here and there, that sort of thing. So many shoppers have been left out in the cold, while eBay auctions have sprung up at astronomical prices. Now, the community seems to not be taking this in stride, because these graphics cards are in fact essential to their way of life. And someone has created a bot that has been automatically scraping eBay for RTX 3080 listings and placing ridiculous bids on the cards with no intention of paying them, so that basically the auction will run out and that scalper is just going to be stuck with a card and a buyer that has no intent to pay. Now, to be clear, we're not condoning any of this behavior. I'm not condoning scalpers, and I'm not condoning fraud, because that's what it is. But we're just going to talk about it on the WAN show.
And we've actually had some bad experience with this. I don't know. You probably remember that stupid video with the blue iPhone thing. I do
actually.
And we got screwed on that, and we were just trying to help. We were literally trying to donate money to testicular cancer research.
Yep.
And we got screwed over. Someone did this to our eBay listing of that phone.
And not just one, because we made our way down the list, and basically every one of the bidders had no intention of paying, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess...
I don't even remember how that got resolved.
I think we flipped it on Craigslist and donated the money just quietly, and decided not to do anything like that for a long time. Was pretty much it. Like, way to go. You ruined it for everyone. You idiots. Yeah.
So it's been used in whatever you want, however you want to think about this, the way it's being used for 3080. It's been used in very not good ways as well.
Yep. So other users are taking a different approach, making misleading listings for RTX 3080 cards, removing them from sale before the auction actually ends. So there's a 3080 printed / paper edition, whatever that is. There's one posted by Gaben's son, which is just like a drawing of it. I kind of am not 100% sure how this is relevant, but hey, there it is for $100,000. So I guess they're just trying to create so much disorder in the market that it's making it really difficult to actually flip them. Some folks have taken to review bombing the RTX 3080 on eBay to make other people think that it's a scam. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. It's uncertain whether Nvidia expected this to happen, but they claim that demand has been unprecedented, and that may actually be the case because looking at further on into Hardware Canucks's tweet storm here, not really a storm, let's call it a thread. They said that, hold on, where is it? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. They had another tweet. I saw it somewhere. Maybe it was a reply to someone. But basically, they called around some retailers, and they said that allocation was actually better than some previous launches. It's just a really, really hot card. I am not surprised at all. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing that's really funny to me. I've seen this so many times. So many times, and I just don't get it. Whether it's a CPU manufacturer being like, yeah, you guys better make sure you stock up on this thing. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. And then I get it in my hands and I'm like, I could have told you from 20 minutes with this thing, like a quick Cinebench run and like 2 gaming benchmarks, that it's not hot. Like, what gave you the idea that it was hot? What is this based on? Or the other way around.
Builds your trust when something is actually hot.
Exactly. And then you see it the other way around where you've got Nvidia here that's like, yeah, this is the biggest intergenerational increase that we've made like in a decade or whatever, however long it's been. And even overhyping it themselves. Like, is that it? Like, did they make the up to 2 times performance claims during their keynote because of like insecurity? Like they're overhyping it. They know that it's fast. They must know it's fast. They have all the same benchmarking tools and games that we do, better ones even. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, we really didn't expect it to sell this well. The craziest thing is they didn't have to launch it yet. The next gen consoles aren't coming until what, November? When is the actual ship date for PlayStation 5?
They could have just kept manufacturing.
Yeah, they could have just November 12th.
But at the same time, like, that's not better for them.
Oh, it totally is. It totally is. A big red hot launch where everyone who wants one can get one is the best. That's huge.
I mean, there's more people talking about it this way.
Yes and no, because remember, when you're actually shipping product, people are going to be posting on Twitter, hey, here's my new card. Here's my benchmark scores. So you get conversation either way. No, strong disagree. Strongly disagree. Okay. I think real product in the hands of real users. Because remember, like for every person who trusts me, let's say, to say RTX 3080, great card, go buy it. There's going to be 50 users that aren't going to do it until they hear it from their buddy. And in a lot of cases, their buddy might just watch my video and be like, yeah, I wasn't due for an upgrade, but like Linus says it's good, go for it. That can happen a lot. But a lot of the time, if you're that buddy, everyone's buddy who's into tech, you are buying it. You're buying it and you're going to use it and you're going to be like, yeah, man, this thing's dope. It's dope. And then they're going to run out and buy it. So getting it in the hands of those micro influencers is what I'd call them. The people that are so passionate about these graphics cards.
Like, they like your friend group's tech guy.
Exactly. Getting it in every one of those people's hands. That should be your number one priority.